What if everything we thought we knew about work and human purpose is about to be flipped upside down? Right now, in headlines across the world, we're seeing two completely contradictory messages. On one hand, governments are urgently warning us. Birth rates are too low. We need more babies. Without them, we'll have no workers, no one to support the aging population. Yet on the other hand, companies are doing the exact opposite: layoffs. Automation, AI integration, and a relentless drive to remove human labor from every possible function. It's like sitting at dinner while someone encourages you to order more food, then they quietly take your plate away. So the question becomes, if our future workplaces, factories, and even hospitals are run by machines and AI, what exactly are humans for? Why are we being told to have more children if human labor is being systematically replaced? Stick with us, because what this contradiction reveals could completely transform how we view human value, the economy, and the role of future generations. And let us ask, do you believe AI will replace most jobs in your lifetime? Yes or no? Drop your thoughts below. We're reading every comment. Let's start with what's already happening on a global scale. Just a few years ago, visiting Japan meant tourist-packed convenience stores with multiple overworked employees juggling cash registers, stocking shelves, and helping customers. Fast forward to today, Tokyo. Many stores are nearly contactless. One staff member, if any at all, overseeing entire self-checkout systems. You scan, you pay, you bag. Human interaction no longer required. And this isn't isolated. In the US, automation has quietly taken root across nearly every industry. McKinsey's 2024 report states that by 2030, over 30% of jobs globally could be replaced by AI and automation, not only blue-collar roles, but white-collar ones too. That includes legal research, financial analysts, radiologists, roles once thought untouchable. We're not talking science fiction. We're talking right now. In China, JD.com built its highly automated Asia No. 1 warehouse Hubin, enormous logistics center where over 500 robots handle more than 500,000 orders a day. Robots zip through corridors with synchronized precision, outperforming thousands of human workers in both speed and accuracy. But here's the twist. If machines can already do this much, why are governments still pushing so hard for higher birth rates? Here's the real driver. The fear isn't just about not having enough workers. The deeper worry is about disappearing consumers. Imagine a country where fewer and fewer young people are buying cars, renting apartments, dining out, or going to concerts. How do businesses make money when demand shrinks? Japan offers a glimpse. Since the 1990s, its population has aged rapidly. By 2025, 1 in 3 citizens will be over the age of 65. That shift devastated domestic demand. Companies like Toyota and Uniqlo are increasingly targeting international markets not because they want to, but because the Japanese market can no longer sustain their growth. China is facing similar headwinds. In 2023, it recorded its first population decline in over 60 years. Projections now estimate that by 2050, China could lose over 100 million people. That means fewer home buyers, fewer parents, fewer students, fewer consumers in nearly every sector, from real estate to education to entertainment. Governments need people not just to fill jobs, but to keep their economies afloat. Now here's where the real conflict begins. Governments want people to preserve tax bases, fund social programs, and maintain consumption. But corporations? They want efficiency, fewer salaries to pay, fewer staff to manage, fewer variables to control. Machines don't call in sick, don't unionize, and work 24/7. Here's the contradiction. Governments pursue policies to boost population growth, for example, extending parental leave, offering birth incentives, or subsidizing childcare. But those same children will grow up in an economy where hiring a robot is cheaper than training a human. So who wins this tug-of-war, people, or productivity? If you're still with us, you're not here for surface-level hot takes. Make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell so you never miss a deep dive. At Epoch Report, we bring you stories the headlines often ignore but that shape the future you'll have to live in. Let's look at the numbers. In 2023, Amazon announced the elimination of 27,000 jobs, while AI and automation drastically boosted efficiency. Today, Over 1 million robots operate in Amazon warehouses, handling nearly 75% of all package fulfillment. These machines are so efficient, their labor replacement cost is a fraction of human wages. Chinese tech giant Huawei has made its intentions clear as well. They're investing in dark factories, fully automated production lines that don't even bother turning the lights on. There are no humans to need light. Machines don't see darkness. So we ask again, what will your children do when they grow up? Some argue. Sure, machines can do the grunt work, but humans still own creativity. But do we? AI can now write articles, generate art, compose music, design code, and even hold conversation. As generative AI capabilities continue to improve, even jobs in writing, film production, and design are actively being encroached upon. The safety net of creative careers is shrinking and fast. So where does that leave us? Let's propose this. Humanity may split into 3 roles in the future. First, the controllers, the elite few who own the AI systems, the intellectual property, and the capital required to run and maintain machines. They won't work, but they will shape the world. Second, the creators. Visionaries across science, art, and strategy who use AI not as a replacement but as an amplifier. They'll drive new frontiers using machines as collaborative tools. And third, the vast majority. Everyday individuals who may no longer serve as producers, but rather as consumers' passive participants kept afloat through government stipends or corporate incentives, simply to keep the economic engine spinning. It sounds dystopian, but it's no longer a fantasy. If populations shrink and automation soars, 2 extreme futures may emerge. The first, massive overproduction. Companies using AI and robotics can flood the market with goods, phones, cars, appliances, but with fewer humans capable of buying, shelves stay full while demand collapses. A very real outcome already seen in parts of Japan's aging cities. The second, universal basic income. To keep consumption going, governments may begin issuing direct payments money purely meant to sustain demand. Finland ran such an experiment in 2017, giving 2,000 unemployed citizens €560 a month. While happiness improved, job recovery didn't. Does that mean governments are preparing for a future where work itself is optional? Different countries have taken wildly different approaches. Japan, facing a severe labor shortage, didn't massively open its doors to migrants. Instead, it invested in caregiver robots. In nursing homes across Tokyo, AI assists with lifting patients, playing interactive games, even offering companionship. But human interaction is becoming scarcer, and with it, emotional well-being. China emphasized pro-birth policy, more subsidies, extended leave, housing perks, but results are lackluster. Fertility rate remains at just 1.09, far below the replacement rate of 2.1. Meanwhile, the U.S. rides both paths, welcoming immigrants to fill labor gaps while pushing AI and automation to stay economically competitive. The result? A dynamic but deeply unequal labor market. Silicon Valley engineers thrive. Displaced factory workers drive Ubers or deliver food. No model is perfect. The underlying issue haunts them all. What is the future of work? For decades, we've equated labor with identity. Farmers, doctors, builders, software developers. Human progress has always been measured by the work we do. But today, self-driving trucks threaten the livelihoods of 3 million American drivers. AI voice systems are replacing millions of bank and airline customer support reps. Legal firms use AI to review contracts, rendering junior associates increasingly obsolete. Jobs haven't just changed, they've evaporated. Yes, AI will create new roles. But will they be enough? And will they be accessible? Curiously titled jobs like prompt engineer, AI trainer, algorithm auditor, they're real, high-paying. But they won't replace the scale of displacement we're seeing. There simply aren't enough chairs left during this game of musical job functions. Let's sketch out 3 possibilities. First, basic income society. Governments distribute regular payments, enabling people to consume, even if they don't work. It's already in testing stages across Europe and parts of the US. Second, a severely divided society. A few control AI and wealth living like gods. Everyone else scrapes by, sustained by economic scraps and digital distraction, trapped in predictable routines coded by corporations. Third, a new social contract. The best-case scenario. AI handles menial and repetitive work. Humanity turns fully to exploration, inventiveness, and self-expression. Not just laborers, but thinkers, builders of new worlds, artists of meaning. This future isn't inevitable, but it's possible. We may not get a full utopia where everyone eats well, learns passion, and lives fully expressive lives. But we may not collapse into a digital prison either. Still, the dangers are real. Imagine receiving monthly credits but being restricted to spend them only on approved platforms. Algorithms filter your news, track your spending, and suggest your next emotional distraction. Real freedom becomes artificial. Already, during the pandemic, we saw examples worldwide governments boosting consumption with vouchers, subsidies, and stimulus checks. But the aim wasn't generosity, it was economic survival. So how should we respond? Option 1. Align with the shift. Accept basic support. Find fulfillment in community, hobbies, relationships. It's valid but unlikely to offer upward mobility. Option 2. Leverage AI. Don't resist it. Learn how to amplify your value through it. Doctors using AI diagnostics work faster. Lawyers who rely on AI spot contracts others miss. Those who use AI win. Those who ignore it risk losing everything. Option 3. Become uniquely human. Focus where machines cannot follow deep. Emotional labor, immersive experiences, creative synthesis. Great concert, a heartfelt conversation, a handmade meal, these can't be automated. But the real transformation? It's mental. We must stop viewing work as our sole identity. Move from survival-based value to choice-based meaning. The worker identity is fading. The lifecrafter identity is emerging. So let us ask you again. Are we just building a society of future consumers? Or is there still a way to reclaim purpose through choice? Yes or no, what do you think? Share your thoughts below. If this gave you something valuable to think about, don't just like, subscribe, and ring the bell. At Epoch Report, we decode the deeper shifts transforming our world before most people even notice. Timing matters, understanding matters. Let's face this new era together, eyes wide open.